Chief, can we interview you sometime after, you know, in your home or something, where we could interview you for like an hour like we did with James Weller?
Sure.
That'd be great. And you could give a history of a context of, you know, being in Santa Cruz so long and how you've seen it evolve, and, you know, that'd be great.
Yeah, put that up on the radio too.
Well, yeah, well, I'll put it up on YouTube. You could always basically make it into audio and put it on the radio.
Can everybody hear me? Yes!
That's so easy getting down here.
Everybody hear me?
You go down.
Protecting themselves against domestic violence and murdered in their homes. The media demonizes us and tries to erase our names and our experiences. There are currently 64,000 black women missing in the United States. So as we march for Mike Brown, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, and John Crawford, we must also recognize Tanisha Anderson. I want you to repeat these names after me. Tanisha Anderson.
Tanisha Anderson.
Ayanna Jones.
Ayanna Jones.
Tarika Wilson.
Tarika Wilson.
Yvette Smith.
Yvette Smith.
Deshonda Sanchez.
Deshaun.
And Eleanor Bumpers.
Eleanor Bombers.
State violence is a feminist issue. The systematic dehumanization and genocide of our communities is a feminist issue. To Salinas, Staten Island to Ayotzinapa, Alagapo City to Gaza. We know that state violence is also gender violence. The continued genocide and institutionalized assault of black and brown bodies is a fucking feminist issue! Our survival, our lives, our existence as transnational women of color depends upon our collective resistance. Thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Noah. I work with a group called Sin Barras. Some of you may have heard of us. We're a prison abolitionist.
Yay!
When I say prison abolitionist, I mean that we are pushing for a world where there are no prisons. That won't be tomorrow, but it will be sooner than you think. There was a day when there were no prisons, and that day will come again. And also, that means we do support reform, but we support reform that does not further entrench the system. And I want to speak right now to what's happening in Santa Cruz, because a lot of people think that Santa Cruz doesn't face the same sort of state violence that inspired this protest, and that's just not true. We don't see it, but it happens right here in the county jail, just a few blocks that way. There are six. It happens everywhere. There are at least 6 people who have died in the Santa Cruz County Jail in the last 2 years. That is way above the national average, and it all happened after they privatized the medical care in the Santa Cruz County Jail. There's going to be a demonstration. I also want to remind us that privatization of correctional facilities isn't the only problem. They're fucked up anyways, pardon my language. But There's going to be a demonstration January 17th to try and hold the Sheriff's Department accountable. This is a follow-up on another demonstration that happened a little over 2 years ago that prompted a grand jury investigation, which found that there are a whole host of changes that the Sheriff's Department could make to improve conditions inside the jail. The Sheriff's Department completely ignored the recommendations, and unless we recognize that violence, that state violence happens here too, then I don't think that we just need to recognize that it happens here too, because it does. I have a bunch of flyers if you want to talk to me. Please do. Thank you.
So up next we have Daryl Darling, a longtime activist here in Santa Cruz, as well as the owner of the Darling House over on Westcliff, who was so kind as to donate their space to